How you guys and girls doing today? The Finance Man here, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about everything from crypto to real estate to stocks, you name it. In this video, we've got some Jade protocol news, y'all, and boy, oh boy, don't we have a lot of stuff to cover. But before we get into this content, y'all, if you enjoy this kind of content, please make sure to hit those buttons down below, like that like and that sub button, so that way this content can get out to people who need to see it. Please hit those buttons down below because I noticed that 91.5 of those who watch my videos are not subscribed, while 8.5 are subscribed. So please hit those buttons if you like, because it helps out the channel. I deeply appreciate it, and most importantly, it'll remind you of every single video that I come out with. But with that being said, y'all, let's get right into it. So Jade protocol, y'all, boy oh boy, don't we have some news. So remember when they said they were going to be making an announcement on the 31st? Well, the 31st is here. It was an hour ago and they were right on time with it. So they had actually put out an announcement saying join Discord now. The Jade utility roadmap is about to be unveiled, and now this is the actual roadmap that they were talking about. Jade's warpath to 1,000 price floor has been released. This is the Medium article, and don't worry, we're going to get into this and we're going to actually read this from top to bottom, because this will be the first time I'm reading it and we need to really understand what they're talking about here and what their plans are. And it says FYI, a price floor equals a 100% backed price. So we're going to read that. Before that, I want to show y'all some screenshots that I actually took of the Discord before they announced it and then when they announced it. Okay, so this is the first screenshot here. He says, everyone, posting our utility roadmap in a few minutes. Before that happens, a few notes. The flood campaign is officially over. You guys failed. Reverse psychology deployed at this scale is a fascinating thing to watch unfold. In order for the Jade vision to come to fruition, we need two things, money plus community. We have both, but our community needs to play a different character now. We actually have utility. It's time to put on our healthy investor community suits. The next phase of our community is going to require all of us to stop being dickwads. I know I want to be a dickwad 24/7 too, and embrace being thesis driven and hyper curious. Now you might think it's funny to read that and say something like sucky sucky or ever clever win. So I'm reading this, y'all, because this is essential to the point I'm going to make at the end of this shit. But he's just trolling. Trust me, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you guys. But being a chameleon is a skill that can be learned, and I believe our entire community can chameleon their degen asses into a group of humans that every project in crypto wants as evangelists. I'm going to copy and paste this message I posted earlier here today. The truth, every one of you could fuck off Jade forever and Jade would still succeed. Protocol owned treasury that rewards holders of the token through profits generated by the protocol is an idea that works with or without you fucks. You guys don't matter for that specific part of the project, but you do matter to the community part, so love you. Then he posts this meme. If you want to see what being a chameleon looks like in action, pay attention to the Medium post I'm about to link here. I expect the same out of all of you. That's how we blast past the 1,000 floor price of Jade. I can go from being an absolute troll fuck twat here on Discord when appropriate to writing an in-depth roadmap that outlines the utility vision of Jade. So we're going to actually go over this Medium post, y'all. What I just wanted to say real quick, we're going to go over the Medium post. We're going to go over the website because it looks brand new. We're also going to go over the price. But y'all, this right here, the level of unprofessionalism is absolutely astounding. I'm not going to hone in on this and double down on it as much as I want to, y'all, but this right here is a whole bunch of big red fucking flags. I mean, I understand that we live in a meme society, so this might just blast the price up just because of that, but that concerns you as an investor when you lose thousands of dollars and then you read stuff like this and telling you to essentially fuck off and you're not required and stuff. It doesn't sit right. But let's hop on over to the charts real quick. And as you can see, y'all, they must have been doing something right, because it is now $60. It is up 246%. And as you can clearly see right here, on one day starting earlier yesterday, it was around $17. And take a look at that. Look how much it has shot up. You can even go to the 7 day if you really wanted to. And I mean, it's just going to be a straight green candle up, y'all. So this is absolutely insane. All right, y'all. Now let's go through this piece by piece from top to bottom. This entire post that they've posted right here on the website. So Jade's warpath to 1,000 price floor. Our utility roadmap has arrived. Take the time to read this whole article carefully. And this is a screenshot of the price it was at, a day ago. How low will Jade go? Wouldn't it be great if we knew the answers to that question? What if there was a precise dollar amount it couldn't fall below? And what if that number was publicly known? Here's the thing. At one point, we had the backed price of Jade on our homepage. We remember that, y'all, right? News alert. That number was bullshit. Okay, so they admitted that was bullshit. And it's bullshit for all OHM forks. Here's proof. Backing per OHM, $1, $101.18. What do you think happens when the price of OHM hits that price? The answer, nothing. Most people don't know this. Most think that the protocol initiates a buyback to maintain that price, but that's false. Straight from the Olympus DAO's Git book, it's essentially saying because the Treasury backs OHM with at least one DAI, the protocol would buy back and burn OHM when it trades. The buyback price of Olympus-style DAOs is one DAI, $1. This begs the question, why would OHM trade at 350x above the backed price? Why would Time trade at 3,650x the backed price? Because people falsely believe that the backed price is the lowest the coin can go. So we did an experiment. So that's what they're calling it, y'all, an experiment. We removed the back price information from the Jade website and the price quickly dipped below it. It was fascinating to watch. Psychologically, just seeing a backed price on the homepage increased the odds of the token trading above it, even though the back price doesn't actually mean anything. The masses that invested in protocols like Time and OHM are in it for a rude awakening once this information becomes common knowledge. What if there was a mechanism where the back price increased over time and it actually meant the token could not fall below it? And that's essentially what they're talking about here. No one has figured out how to do this until now. Introducing the rising floor. This is what real utility looks like. Through a series of strategic bets, the Jade Treasury will increase in value, thus increasing the backed price. The goal, a warpath to $1,000 price floor for Jade. This will be done through Jade's decentralized VC fund. So no longer a DAO, a decentralized VC fund. And unlike other projects, this back price will actually be maintained via buybacks through our intelligent algorithmic buy bot. Full in-depth details in the second half of this mega post. For reference, let's look at some data points of successful funds. It says Chris Soccer's lowercase capital fund is at 213x over the 3.5 years. Lowercase capital had 213x return over 3.5 years. Multicoin's capital hedge fund assets have soared 20,000% over 3.5 years. The list goes on. Jade's 70 million treasury is the starting capital of the fund. As strategic bets are placed and come to fruition, the treasury could easily 100x, which in turn would increase the floor price of Jade by orders of magnitude. The rising floor mechanism means that the floor price of Jade cannot ever go down. Over time, it can only go one direction, up. Full details of how this works in a bit. Now here's how Jade's price could suddenly 10x, 100x, or higher. Jade's 1000x opportunity. Every VC fund has a small team of experts that are on the hunt for unicorns. A unicorn is an investment that has the potential to see a massive multiple in returns. These small teams spend every waking moment scoring and filtering through for unicorns. The fund is bottlenecked by the capability and talent of their in-house unicorn hunting team. What if there was a fund that could crowdsource the hunting and filtering of unicorn investments? What if a fund wasn't limited to a small in-house team, but instead could leverage the collective brainpower of over 100,000 people? In other words, how are we going to reach a floor price of 1,000 or more for each Jade token? Yes, we'll have our own in-house expert analyst team that hunts for unicorn investment opportunities, but we're also going to cheat. Introducing the Alpha Army. We are mobilizing our community to find 1,000x unicorn investments. So this right here is essentially saying, so what we're going to do is we're going to have the community find the investments that we want to invest in. And we're going to incentivize you to do that because $100,000 will be rewarded to the community members that find, research, and present opportunities to Jade that result in a treasury investment. And they even have something to submit your proposals here. We skip ahead a little bit and it says, here's what the phase 3 process looks like. Our community, the Alpha Army, will submit thousands of proposals for investment opportunities both in and outside of crypto. Our team will go through every single proposal and filter the highest quality briefs. The top crowdsourced proposals will be presented to the community as a vote. The winning proposals will receive an investment from Jade, and the person who created the proposals will be awarded $100,000. Welcome to the Hive Mind VC Fund. They go on to say that, doing this in discovering 1,000x returns requires legwork. It's like finding a needle in a haystack and all sorts of filtering through a heapage pile of counterintuitive contrarian plays. It says all new projects want two things: money, initial capital to fund the team, and users, human beings who will actually use the protocol/product and become evangelists. There's no VC fund that can provide both of these things. Centralized VC funds just provide the money. But guess what? Jade has both, and we're the only VC fund in the world that can say that. This has never been done before, and if you don't instantly see why it's exciting, Just think through this. So tons of projects are going to want our money, 70 million plus treasury and growing, and our community, 150,000 plus members. Because of the above, our treasury will get preferential economics and allocations from projects that we invest in. Why? Because the potential for a project to 100 to 1,000x is significantly higher once it's exposed to our massive community that will act as evangelists. As a result of investments mooning, Jade's back price can increase exponentially due to the rising floor. They go on to say that all available treasury funds will be used in some way to accrue value to increase the backing treasury, thus increasing the floor price of Jade. Monthly fund reports. On the first of each month, starting February 1st in 2022, we'll publish a detailed report that recaps Jade's VC fund progress thus far and also what's on the horizon for the coming months. We're calling the update the 1,000 Warpath. Let's do a quick recap. So how can they push the floor price to at least $1,000? Our venture capital arm that filters through 1,000x opportunities on a daily basis. So this is talking about the community. So us, assuming that people were going to even do that, even with the incentive of $100,000. Community voting on which vetted projects to invest in through the Alpha Army and our in-house team of analysts, and getting preferential pre-sale economics. A 500K investment has the potential to turn into 750 million. The launch of our own trading desk, our alpha hunting staff that uses big data analysis to vet investment opportunities, yield farming with idle capital, and aggressively curbing the circulating supply of Jade. More info on this below. Essentially what they're talking about right here is how the backing price is false, and it can always fall behind the backing price because there's absolutely no guarantee that the price won't go below that it's backing. And it is saying right here that the floor price is a guarantee because it'll always be able to defend its floor price. So you have the investment treasury and the backing treasury to do this. And it's saying that a hypothetical example would be Jade devotes 20 million to the treasury to back 1 million tokens. The price attempts to dip below $20. The algorithmic buy bot absorbs all selling below $20 and burned all the newly purchased tokens. So that means the floor price is successfully defended. For the first week of January, we'll be adding funds to the backing treasury at random intervals, pushing up the floor price consistently for 7 days straight. This means that no one knows what the floor price will actually be on January 7th once the total initial floor amount has been deployed. Wow. And right here, what they're saying is they are still incentivizing you to stake, even though the APY is going to remain at 0%. Says the incentive to stake is very high because of one key metric. Every time someone stakes Jade, thus increasing the percentage of stake to Jade, the fair market value goes up. It's calculated by taking the total treasury value and dividing it by the unstaked supply. So staking equals good for price, unstaking is bad for price. And then it even says right here, if APY is set at 0, then why stake? There are two main reasons. Boost FMV, so you're boosting that fair market value. Every Jade staked is a vote of confidence that increases, like a vote of confidence. How does that matter? But a vote of confidence that increases the price while also removing Jade from the tradable supply. We want to squeeze the market dry of sellable Jade. And governance. Only S-Jade holders, stakers, can directly vote on Jade's VC investment decisions. Last but not least, y'all, it says, now that you understand all the new mechanisms, here's what is happening next. Total circulating supplies dropped significantly. Yesterday it was hovering above 2 million Jade, now it's at 1.1 million, so nearly a 50% reduction. Jade is now considerably more scarce. Emissions are completely disabled. Supply could only increase through bonding, and bonding will happen rarely. The backing treasury has been loaded with 16 million BUSD, creating a floor of $15. Welcome to up-only mode. Reminder, for the first week of January, they'll be adding the funds to the backing treasury at random intervals, pushing up the floor price consistently for 7 days straight. What will the floor price be on January 7th? Time will tell. We've allocated a majority of the main treasury for capital deployment through yield farming, trading, and VC investments, the profits of which will be added to the backing treasury, pushing up the floor price. And then it says, here's a teaser of what's been happening behind the scenes. We've received over 300 applications from projects that want Jade to invest in them. This happened before we had an official application process, so all the applications are being reviewed. Last week they onboarded a genius level DeFi expert and one of the most profitable yield farmers in the world. Yes, that's now an occupation. More details in this hiring part 2 of the roadmap, but capital will be farmed within the next few days, and the hiring speed is in full effect. We've expanded our Web3 dev team and are placing a few more as we speak. They even give us a sneak peek at their roadmap coming up in 2 weeks. The total redesign of JProtocol.io. They've hired some absolute gangsters and pointed their creative genius at improving our design at UI. the Avalanche launch timeline. So Jade will be cross-chain. Avalanche is our first step towards that. We'll present a timeline for when this will happen and details for a multi-chain bridge. Smarter swap details. We figured out a solution that solves the dilution problem of Jade. Details in the next post. And a detailed report of our latest epic hires. We've poached some of the top players from the world's most successful VC funds. We've hired talented Web3 developers to help us more than ever, or to move even faster. Alrighty then, y'all. So before we actually break down all the new things that are on the website, to summarize what I got from that article, and let me know down in the comments below what you think, because I could be completely wrong, is that, of course, this is no longer a DAO. They're completely moving away from that, and as it says right here in the upper left-hand corner, the Jade protocol is a decentralized VC fund. So the DAO was just there to get it off of the ground, and now they're moving to something completely different. So they want to incentivize you to stake, even though there is no APY for staking, and they're going to be moving completely away from the whole entire APY aspect of it. They're also going to be relying on us, the community, to go out and search for projects that Jade can actually invest in, and they want to incentivize us by offering $100,000 for us to do that. So let's see, let's go over the website here. Jade's warpath to $1,000 price floor. Jade Protocol is a decentralized VC fund. We have a community of over 150,000 people and a total treasury of 70 million. How will we deploy this capital and leverage this community? How will investments by Jade's fund be rewarded to the token holders? Find out by clicking here. Things to know: Jade is 100% backed by a floor price. This means that the price of Jade will never fall below the displayed floor price, which is that $15.53. Jade is on a path of reaching $1,000 floor price via leveraging its vast social capital plus VC fund. Owning Jade gives you a seat at the VC table, typically a door only open for elites. As investments come to fruition, our floor price increases exponentially. Do not participate in Jade if you haven't done your research. We pride ourselves on fostering a community of smart investors. If you haven't read this, then go do that first. Okay, so bonding, trading, desk, yield farming, 1,000x investments. As we can see, the price is skyrocketing right now, $70. Fair market value, 416. Floor is 1553. We've got that backing treasury now, and we've got that investment treasury. So that's good. 16,500,000 for backing, over 50 million for investment. Circulating supplies that 1.1 million, like they said, they had cut in half, and the amount, the percentage of Jade staked, 84%. So let's go ahead and view everything. So stake, as we can see here, is now showing you the fair market value. There's no such thing as APY anymore. So fair market value, percentage of Jade staked, 84.02%. The Jade price is right there, and of course the airdrops are no longer a thing. And you know, bonding, they said bonding will rarely happen. So tell me, y'all, down in the comments below, what do you think of this? What do you think of Jade now being a decentralized VC fund? In all honesty, y'all, I've got mixed feelings on it. The price is shooting up right now, and this is just my opinion. I'm just going to ramble for a bit, y'all. So, you know, the price is going to shoot up right now because they've released that update. They released the article. And in my opinion, I think that no matter what they were going to say, the price is going to shoot back up because it's an update and everyone's going to fall in for that hype. And it's, of course, right now it's FOMO, fear of missing out. And, you know, if you would have got in at $18 and, you know, you would have wait a couple of days, you know, you could definitely make some profit and just take out. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't want to be pessimistic here, but that's what I think is going to happen. I think that, you know, this news sounds good in theory, but eventually people are going to end up pulling right back out. This is not going to be something for long term. And the reason why I say that is because even though they have good concepts here, incentivizing people to go out and search for investments for you to invest in, I just don't think that's the best. That's like the best method. It can definitely work, and $100,000 can definitely change someone's life, but it's just like, I don't see that being able to sustain the project. Like, I don't think a lot of people are going to actually go out and do that as much as they think it's going to affect it anyway. Same thing with the APY being completely gone. You know, they're incentivizing you to stake because it'll help the project in the long term, but of course you're not getting that APY anymore. So I don't know, you know, it's really up in the air. It's 50-50, but let me know what y'all think, y'all. What do you think about this? I'm really curious to know what everyone's consensus is. But with that being said, y'all, hope you do enjoy this video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. The Finance Man is out of here.